locking that real quick. Sorry.
New Attorney General that just came in January, and we have written her a letter and we asked her to look at this case because her and her husband, I believe, are former DEA officers or agents. She comes from a police family.
Yeah.
If she looks at this and she follows the law that's in place.
Have you heard back yet?
Nothing yet. I don't even know.
What's her name? You know?
Jennifer Davenport.
Jennifer Davenport.
Barbara, I told TJ we stole his shit.
What is going on, everyone?
He's a great dude.
Welcome to Mind Over Madness. This is Keith Shibley's show. So welcome to the Keith Shibley show. Keith, take it away, brother.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm good, man. It's a rough day today. I mean, a good day, productive day, but just, you know.
Yeah.
I would have shut shop up earlier, though, but as long as this 8 o'clock is fine, then I'm good with that.
Yeah, man. Before we get into the heavy stuff, happy birthday to Chris. Roll the bones. Great dude. And I didn't know that, dude, my clean day is Chris's birthday. That's crazy. You know,
if you gave me 2 seconds, Barbara, I was just going to say that too about his clean date. But congratulations.
You said
8 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Barbara.
8 years.
Barbara, you know what? I might get fired after this episode when I go to work tomorrow, but that'll be fine because this one.
Yeah, I'm a hothead too, and so if I get
we'll do a fundraiser for you. We'll throw you onto ours. Don't worry about it.
This one just gets me, but yeah. So you just want to explain to people like why you're here and why we're all here, so we can help your son out and
yeah, sure.
What he has going on right now, and then we'll just throw in a couple questions here and there, but pretty much let you say what you want to say to get the message out there.
And I just want to say, though, I mean, you know, for the Keith Shibley show, though, everyone know that's in the comments. We usually get right to you, but for this one, honestly, though, we want to we'll be with you like in 2025. Like, you know, we're just going to hear this story, and you know what? I think you said it though, Keith Barber. I think we should just go fresh from it for the people that may not know.
Yeah, and then I'll throw the link. I just threw it in again. Loomis has it at the beginning. The link to help donate is gonna. I'm just gonna throw it up periodically through this.
It's pinned up there.
We'll click on it. But take it away, Barbara.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So my son is Corporal Salvador Oldrati. He was involved in a critical incident. It'll be 5 years this September. They were dispatched to a scene, burglary in progress with an armed suspect. So it's a high priority call. They are arriving. They're just a few blocks away from the police department. The 911 operator we have the video, so we'll be able to play the audio. Mm-hmm. He says they're actively breaking into his shed. They are breaking into his car. He sees the gun. It's shown off the moonlight. He threw quarter sticks at them. They're back. They're in his car. It's very much, he's calm, but it's very much such a very high priority situation that they're pulling up to. He says, they're raking in my car. I'm going back into my house, which he does not. You hear him say, the 911 operator says to him, "Are you speaking to my officers?" And that is where the first officer, Corporal Robert Layton, pulls up, encounters Mr. Sharp at the curb. He rolls his passenger side window down and he says, "Hey, buddy, what's going on?" Something to that effect. And he's immediately met with his Mr. Sharp's hand extended, his arm extended, and the gun is pointing right at Corporal Layton's head. Corporal Layton says, drop the gun, drop the gun. He speeds up to get out of harm's way. He is not in a tactical position to engage Mr. Sharp at that moment. This is 1:30 a.m., low light conditions. My son is coming behind him, sees Mr. Sharp extending his arm, but does not see a weapon. In his mind, he's thinking, as he sees the corporal speed off, they must have went that way. We're going that way. So the corporal speeds up. Salvatore's right behind him. The corporal stops. Salvatore stops. The corporal's screaming, he's got a gun. He's got a gun. Salvatore gets out of his car. He says, who, where, who's got a gun? He said, right there, drop the gun. Salvatore, you will see from the 911 call and body cam footage, he peeks around the car. It's very quick. Peeks around the car, identifies the man with the gun pointed directly at him, ducks back, illuminates him with the flashlight, and engages him. The suspect goes down. He's still in possession of the firearm, still pointing it at my son. My son says, stop reaching, stop reaching. At this time, other officers are arriving. Once he sees that the weapon is out of his hands, they then proceed to approach the gentleman on the ground and move the gun out of the way and begin life-saving techniques, CPR, chest seals, to save his life. They do find out that the 911 caller is the homeowner. But this is also an active scene, right? It's a high priority call. You're being dispatched to an armed suspect actively breaking into a car. So there's many officers coming, but they're still looking for another 2 to 3 suspects, according to the 911 call. So they secure the scene. Nobody was breaking into the car. The car is secure. It's perfect. The shed has a deadbolt on it. There's nothing there. So they realize that, the caller obviously passes away at the hospital later on that evening. He was the one that called. He is the decedent that we are speaking of. An investigation was launched shortly after the shooting, and Salvatore was cleared within 2 weeks to go back to work by a representative from the Attorney General's office. So in New Jersey, the shooting response team, the state police shooting response team, investigates all police shootings. They took it out of the local prosecutor's hands for transparency. Mm-hmm. So once they complete their report to see that he didn't violate the Attorney General guidelines, right? There's no, you don't have to give commands. The directive says when feasible. Mm-hmm. There's nothing in there on how many shots you can fire. So he followed not only for the state of New Jersey, but for his department. So he's basically, they said, listen, is this tragic? Yes. Is it a perfect shoot? There's no perfect shooting. It's a tragedy. Someone is deceased, but there's nothing criminal here. He didn't violate anything. He followed his training and did his job to protect his life and his partner's life, right?
Can I just say something too, though? And also, the guy had the gun, though, and the other officer's car, like right in front of him.
He was pointed right at his head.
Yeah. So, how is he doing, though? Because your son didn't want to don't put a man down, but he had to. He had to. So they're not alone enough.
Well,
but now with everything that's
yeah.
going on, how is he doing?
Listen, it's rough. I'm not going to lie. And the punishment, the process is the punishment, right? Having been this long, which I'll get into this, like I said, this was 5 years ago.
Yeah, I know. I had to ask this because it was just, go on.
Yeah, it's rough. We can get into that, but yeah. So their shooting response team does the investigation, and he sat down with a liaison from the Attorney General's office. So he was cleared to go back to work within 2 weeks. He had to requalify, go through all the rigmarole. He goes up for a promotion. He becomes a corporal. He gets Officer of the Year a second time. Before he came to Mantua, my son was a police officer in Camden, New Jersey, one of the most dangerous cities in New Jersey. And he saved his partner, Pat's, life after he was shot. Salvatore had a tourniquet and put it on his leg, got him to the hospital, was not standard issue. And the hospital said, the doctor said, if he didn't do that, Pat would have died. Mm-hmm. So my son is, a cop's cop. He's been training for this since he's been 14. He was a Philadelphia police explorer over here in Philadelphia. And at the age of 18, I said, move in with Nanny and Poppy in New Jersey, right over the bridge. At least if you're going to put your life on the line, have a better pension, have a better pay. I didn't anticipate him going to Camden at 19 years old, but he's been involved in many incidents where there's, criminals with guns and drugs that high priority calls. So this was not a new thing for him. He was used to high priority calls.
Yeah. How many years did he have on when the shooting took place?
So he was 19 when he became a police officer. In the shooting, he was 24 years old.
Okay. 6 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
like we talked about, this wasn't a guy though that's just coming in like for a job though. This was a guy that wanted to be doing this.
And you don't find it. I mean, it's like,
no,
that's all I've ever talked about. But you don't find those
from a child.
You don't find them anymore. But I tell you what, just doing this and starting my 24th year, you don't get cleared in 2 weeks. And I know you said no shoot's a perfect shoot. And I watched this video probably 150 times, and I slowed everything. That is about as close to a perfect shoot.
I don't understand where is the problem?
It's political. That's where we are, right? So,
you could he did nothing wrong at all though. It's just
right.
So, and then they reopened the case.
So he was cleared under a former attorney general, Gruel, but they have a law in New Jersey, again, the whole transparency, because remember, this is in the height of the defund the police movement. So, all police shootings have to go in front of a grand jury for transparency, but they also have a directive that says that, I don't know the exact wording, I do have it, but they didn't have to put this in front of the grand jury, which is probably why it took 20 months. I don't know. It's just my opinion. But, 20 months after he was back to work and he was cleared, they put it in front of the grand jury. But we had many conversations. When I say we, I don't mean me. I mean my son and his police department, that the prosecutor said, listen, we've had conversations. The state shootings response team, the state police said, this is a justified shooting. So it was just going in front of the grand jury for transparency. And I would say to my son, listen, they're not going to indict you, Salvador, once they see the body cam footage. You didn't violate this and that. Oh, and the other part was right after the shooting, once they go in and inform the family, then we start to learn of the dark past and the deep evil that Mr. Sharp has had to endure with depression and PTSD and drug and alcohol abuse. The family believed he killed himself because he had multiple attempts of suicide prior to that. And we know that because the ex-wife gives a statement. The best friend who lives behind him gives a statement. The sister gives a statement. And they all said that they've had to take him many times to crisis. The ex-wife said
suicide by cop's a real thing.
Right.
It's not your thing. Like they could, I saw that. I was going to ask you that too next about that. But
right. So
people put pellet guns and airsoft guns at cops to have cop by suicide done.
Right. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can't make that motion and like you have a gun or you're reaching for a gun. An officer has to act reasonably. They don't have to act perfectly. That's why they have Graham versus Connor, right? You have to, it's what the officer believes that they are in fear of. And Salvador says, I thought he was going to F and shoot me right afterwards. And then you have Barnes versus Felix, which came out in Supreme Court 2025, where it says you can't look at an officer's that you can't just look at that body, because you could look at that body cam, like you said, you stopped it, you slowed it down, you replayed it. Officers don't have that luxury. It's split-second decision. The body cam doesn't catch everything. We need to start being realistic about what these officers go through every day, right? So, and Barnes versus Felix says you cannot look at an officer in an isolated incident. You have to look at the totality of the situation. Yep. So if he didn't violate anything, like you said, he would not have been put back on the streets. If he was so reckless, he would have been taken off. They would have locked him up immediately if there was anything criminal here. Again, facts, not opinions, right? So during the grand jury, there's nobody there representing my son. I didn't know that. And they present as little as they want. They didn't tell the grand jury he went back to work, he was cleared, he was promoted. They just give them, here's the body cam footage. Look, see, he wasn't pointing the gun at him. But if you play that next second, he has the gun pointed at my son. Yeah. Right. So
and this is when I was really looking into this, I shouldn't have read comments because it pisses me off every time I read comments.
Yeah, they'll do
it. And
it's
the whole it's well, he had a gun, but he didn't. He wasn't pointing it at him for. You know what? How about me? I'll give you a gun for those people that comment this, and then I'll have a gun, and you wait till I point it at you before you react, and see who wins that gun.
Right,
fight.
and action
Or
oriented.
anything that looks like
Pointing the gun at his partner through a window. You don't have to wait for the bad guy to point a gun at you before you react to it. It's absolutely.
That's the whole thing that angers me about
Yes.
this, though, Keith, is that like this isn't even a debate. If anyone says that it's like wrongful doing or whatever after like what he just did to the guy in front of him, and then I heard though that wasn't an ex-wife, like you said, girlfriend saying like, yeah, I wanted to commit suicide, like the guy, you know what I mean? Like they're all on record saying it.
That's because, and it's not, they're going off their feelings and emotions, right? And that's where you have to put your feelings and emotions aside and look at the facts. So, that's like you doing your job the way that you're trained to do it. You're following your company's guidelines and procedures, but someone has an agenda and they're going to take your job and lock you up. And you're like, what are you talking about? I did everything I was supposed to do. Well, I didn't like how you did it. So it's not about someone liking it. Listen, there's no pretty use of deadly force.
No.
Deadly force is deadly force. You see these body cam footage of these officers all the time pulling up to a scene to give somebody a speeding ticket, and they're being shot in the head, and they're not reacting as quickly because they don't feel threatened, and they're dead. They're dead.
Because they're scared to react. They're
Well,
scared.
they're probably scared to react though from everyone that
Now they are, sure.
You know how many shootings? Obviously, and Keith, how many like go on low like a day, but you just see one like bad one, and then it means they're all that way.
Right.
It shows you how just shallow-minded though.
And they don't understand, like you said, if you follow the policy and procedure, officers operate under a certain guidelines for a reason, because their job is dangerous. It is ever changing. There are split-second decisions to make. That's why they have their tool. Their gun is their tool. They're not to abuse it. If there's cops doing that, there's cops that then you go out after those cops. You don't go after officers who are heroes and doing their jobs. Whether you like it or not, you go do the job. Go do bride bites with them. Go enter the simulations where, you have to shoot or be shot. Everybody, it's easy to judge from the comfort of your own home in the living room and going by the narrative, right? But when you dive deeper and really look at the facts, they're not pleasant, but he didn't violate anything. He did his job. He followed his training. He protected himself and his corporal. And
to go
that's
back to the political part. I did a little digging. The attorney general that opened it was his last name Platkin.
so it went in front of the grand jury under Matthew Platkin. Yes.
Okay. Here it says, this is insane when I saw this, that a New Jersey appellate court ruled that Platkin exceeded his legal authority when he took control of Patterson Police Department in 2023. He obviously just doesn't like how people are policing it. And the court found that he overstepped when he took over a whole police department because he didn't like the way it was running. And the appellate court found him guilty of it.
Shocking.
It's crazy. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff about how there's just a whole bunch of very, very left-wing stuff in here. And we try not to get political on this.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? This is 100%.
So they look at the case again after he's cleared and he's living his life. Of course, he's still affected, I'm sure, because he didn't want to kill, you know what I mean? But he had to. It was kill or be killed. And you don't know. And it's just nuts to me. But and I can't even imagine, but how you feel.
Well,
but,
and that's the thing. It's happening to him, but it's affecting all of us, right? Because, he didn't want to take anybody's life, but he wanted to protect his life. His job is to come home, right? These police officers leave their families. They may not return, and they do that because they know the job that they signed up for. So, we have to give them respect that they deserve, that they might not come home. Again, I'm not talking about police brutality cases. I'm not talking about police who abuse that's different. Yes, you need to go after them. Everybody that is in a career that is not doing the right thing in their job or their career, they need to be held accountable. Absolutely. But when you do your job and you're there protecting the public, you need to be held as a hero. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah. And that's because the culture and the narrative was all police officers are bad. Defund the police. Well, who's going to come and save you if you're in a car accident or if someone's mugging you and raping you and killing you? Who are you calling? The Ghostbusters? Who are you calling?
Well, they were never in a real situation, though. Once they are, they're like going to hit 911 immediately if they don't have their own arms to protect them. So, exactly. Until shit hits the fan, they'll realize, oh, defund them? No. Dumbest move ever.
And again, this is tragic. Mr. Sharp had a lot of demons, but, he was loved by his family. He had a son. His son has to grow up without his father. It's tragic. But this gentleman lived many decades of, alcohol abuse. Recently, in the past, so many months prior to him dying, drug abuse. Because of his actions, who was reckless that night? Mr. Sharp was reckless. Mm-hmm. He's out there, going to the young neighbor's house, saying that, they're breaking in. I'm going to put a mother effer down tonight. And
he seemed like he's like going through like a psychosis.
Well, I mean, he was doing meth, so he could have been hallucinating, absolutely. But if you look at the reports that the family gives, they all thought he killed himself because of the multiple attempts he's tried before. And the ex-wife even mentioned something like, he mentioned to me, like, if anything ever happens to me, our son gets everything, right? And she's like, why are you talking like that? So almost kind of like a premeditation.
Yeah.
He's tried multiple times. He didn't succeed. So what better way to have suicide by police than to call high priority call, right? Actively breaking in with a weapon, coming outside, staying outside when officers are pulling up in uniform, they're going to have a weapon. The 911 operator didn't even tell him to stay in the house. Officers are going to be don't put the weapon away because he says, I have something my grandfather willed me. If the 911 operator would have clicked the next screen, he would have seen that there was a duty to warn on this house because Mr. Sharp's weapons were taken away from him, right? He wasn't allowed to own anything because of the mental status that he's had in these past years. So there was a lot of people that were reckless that night. My son wasn't one of them. So what we've learned over this course, because here we are over 3 years since the indictment, was that you can basically you can make a fictitious 911 call that armed burglary is someone's breaking in. You can smoke meth and do crack and cocaine and prescription drugs, whatever it was in his system. You can be in possession of a firearm, which you're not allowed to operate because they've been taken away. You can point a gun at 2 police officers, one, and then seconds later at another one, that are in marked cars and uniforms. And if they turn and shoot and kill you, well, they're guilty. Right. So,
yeah. And I just don't I'm not a cop. I didn't go to the academy, but like, if Keith is in front of me and that guy's putting a gun on Keith's face, I'm immediately running that guy over, and then I'm getting out and probably shooting him. I mean,
right. You're in fear of your life, right?
Well, and he just tried killing him.
And that's what the guidelines are for, right?
Yeah,
and Supreme Court rulings, right? Like I said, Graham versus Connor, and Barnes versus Felix. You have to look at the totality of the situation. It's tragic. It's not pleasant. There's no pretty use of deadly force. But this is an officer's job. They don't show the good parts. They don't show when the officers are doing good. I tell you what, let's start showing the dash cam videos of the officers, like I said, pulling someone over for a ticket. I just watched one the other day. He's like, hey, buddy, what's up? And the guy just shoots him out the window. Just boom. Like, this is officer's job. We have to push the narrative. We have to change the mindset.
The really sad part is it's not just Salvador's job. It's
nope.
His mental health. It's his family. It's his livelihood. It's affecting his entire, not just he's married with children.
So at the time of the shoot, at the time he wasn't married at the time of the shooting, but he was getting married at the time of the indictment. So all these happy things that were happening to him, this was hanging over the family. Like, it doesn't just affect me and my husband, and it affects, his in-laws. It affects my mom. It affects my brother. It affects, her brother, my other children. Like, this is a family thing. And we're just trying to get to the next court date And then when we think, yes, we're going to get that trial date, there's other trials that they have because of all these motions we have to put in. And now they're saying, oh, well, January at the earliest. What? Another 6 months? I have to get them funding the emotional support. Like we're all just devastated.
What about financial though? I don't mean to bring that up, but let's be honest though.
He can't work. Explain why he can't work, Barbara.
He can't work though, but what about like lawyers? You're talking like the court, that shit costs money.
Right. So, listen, he always says, what am I going to do when this is over? And my thing to him is we have to get you cleared first, because if we don't get you cleared, it doesn't matter what you do. But I can't go through this anymore, so we're hoping that he's, going to be able to hopefully retire, do a pension, a disability. I don't know what it's called. And I don't know all the ins and outs of it yet, because we have so much else to focus on. But, he can't go out and work right now, because that will affect his back pay and his pension once we get him cleared, because we're going to get him cleared, because there's no way, that you can look at this. Like you said, it's black and white. There's no gray area here. But
can you, they've offered him plea deals.
Yes.
Try to just get him to take it so they get a little win or whatever, and they don't have to. And
because the new attorney general came in now, and she's got to hold all the crap that this other attorney general did, so, they're trying to just, save face, in my opinion. Let's offer him a plea deal. But if he pleads, he would lose his retirement.
Right.
He would.
They're trying to wear you out. They're trying to make it go as long as possible to wear you guys out, to make you run out of money so you can't pay your lawyers, so that at some point you have to concede to them. It's such bullshit, man.
That's the thing though, is that's what they're. So is there? I don't know. I don't want to get too personal, but is there are they trying to make some type of plea where they're make this plea because they're going to keep trying to squeeze you to get you there? I don't think if you hold strong. We've got to get a community of people.
We're not. We're going to take. He's going to plead to something lesser that he didn't do. Yeah, on top of
exactly, you don't plead to something you didn't do. Yes,
and he followed his job. He didn't break the law in the first place, right? So, it's my husband and I started, going on podcasts and doing a letter campaign to our senators and our Congress people. Probably it was almost like 10 months after he was indicted. It was early 2024, because the head of the OPIA, which is the Office of Public Integrity and Accountability, who basically oversees these kind of cases in the Attorney General's office, the head at the time, Tom Eicher, steps down. But as he steps down, there's all these, not rumors, these are like published articles of prosecutorial misconduct and withholding exculpatory evidence. And we're watching this. I'm saying to my husband, oh my God, this is what they're doing to Salvador. Like, we have to start speaking up, because today it's our son. Tomorrow it's your son or daughter, your husband, your wife. It's like, you have to leave the politics out of this. And I'm so frustrated right now, because after yesterday's court hearing, and now you're going to push it. Like, I got to find 6 more months of funding and help them. My husband's working overtime. His in-laws are helping. Everybody's helping. My mom's helping. Like, this is unacceptable. So now I need to step it up. I need people to help that can put me in contact with people, bigger people. I don't know, but we have to figure it out, because I will get help and I will get funding for them. And that's where everybody else comes in, because we need contacts. We need your support financially. We need your prayers. But I'm done playing this game, like this chicken game, right? Because you're not going to do this to my family.
I just threw the link up again. If you're watching this, hit the link, man. Whatever. $10, whatever. Everything helps. And then not just that. If you're in or around New Jersey, and you have some political ties or know people in there, man, get them in touch with Barbara. Because this is a travesty, man. But
it's like like she said, so black. It's just so dumb, and you could tell it's totally political. Because then why did he backtrack? He was cleared, so why did he backtrack to that? Like that, there's a motive there. Why?
Because Matt Plackton, the Attorney General, who came out after the indictment and came out with this statement, and he said, this gentleman called 911, and while our residents called 911 and they expect help, that's not what happened here. And they made it, he just pulled up in 5 seconds and he shot him. But I thought, like, right then and there, I knew we were in for a fight because he has all the discovery. He has all the statements. He has the policy, but he sat there and he lied to the residents of New Jersey. And instead of the local TV channels doing investigative reporting, because, that doesn't exist anymore. We're not going to look at the facts and do our own reporting. We're just going to report what they tell us and fit the narrative. They all started running with, officer just pulls up and in 5 seconds shoots the homeowner who called 911 for help. I'm thinking, is that really the story? Well, I have a whole different story. So, and then I'm like, I can't, I'm just, I'm not under an NDA. I always do everything I can to speak respectfully and never want to do anything to hurt my son's case. But the truth needs to be spoken. And if it's me, I'm going to do it.
I don't think there's anything that you could do to hurt his case because there's nothing though to hurt his case. This is all corruption. It doesn't make sense if you see it though. And I even told Keith, I go, Keith, before I knew about this, I said, Keith, if this is something that I look at, I disagree with, I'm just like, I can't sign off on that, but you could do your own thing, whatever. But I watched it. I'm like, is this for real? And then he tells me about that he had the gun though, but the other cop beforehand. And then I heard the girl though saying how he wanted, the statements you're talking. It's just, I'm flabbergasted, to be honest with you. It's just, I can only imagine. I can only imagine how you feel.
And we've had plenty of people look at this. We've had the state police couldn't believe this was happening. Chiefs, everybody was reaching out because we're a police family, right? And a military family. And people were reaching out like, how did he get indicted? And we're like, we don't know. We don't know.
That's the sad part. That's the thing that's in every cop's mind now. Like, if this can happen to Salvador, it can happen to any good cop out there.
It will happen.
That's why they won't pull their gun quick. And that's why, like she said, someone gets shot in the head, though, because they're hesitant now. Because could I shoot? Because of people like this. And because you catch one bad apple, that's how it is.
And the court was trying to block your expert use of force witness or something.
So we were ready to go to trial 2 years ago. We have an amazing use of force expert, and they obviously, didn't agree with what he could testify to. So we had to bring him in, and the judge ruled what our use of force expert is limited and what he can and can't say. So they were playing games. Oh, we're not going to get a use of force because they can't find a use of force expert. All the use of force experts
agree with you.
Said that this was, not pretty, but it's a clean shoot. So they were going back and forth, and then they finally found somebody who, by the way, has a book called Unarmed and Dangerous. But apparently, if you're armed and dangerous, then you're wrong, right? So their use of force expert, we finally got their report. So instead of us bringing him in, having him do all that rigmarole, our lawyer put a motion in to say he should be limited to exactly what our use of force is limited to. Mm-hmm. So the judge was supposed to rule on it yesterday. She didn't have a problem with it, but the prosecution said, oh, absolutely not. We want more stuff for him to be allowed in. Again, it's just another delay tactic, right?
And that's what Keith, do you think that's what they're just trying to just keep doing, to make them like, oh,
they're trying to drag it on.
Let's agree to this plea deal. That's they're just going to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze.
Right. And that's why I'm calling on the new Attorney General, Jen Davenport, who we do hear wonderful things about. She comes from a police family, I believe.
Because I saw you on Julian Dory, I saw you, or what? No, it was the Catalyst.
So we were on Julian Dory. We talked about the Attorney General, and then on TJ's podcast. So she's aware of this situation. We have the president of the PBA. Everybody is speaking up for him, and we're hoping she does the right thing, because if she follows the own guidelines, their guidelines, again, not pleasant, but you have to do the right thing here. You have to set that precedence, and then your other officers will trust, and you can build that relationship with them. So we are, I hope she does the right thing.
How has his department been? Have they been supportive, or have they forgotten?
His department didn't want to suspend him without pay. They always supported Salvador, and they wanted to be able to let him keep his pay and his insurance. But once he was indicted, the state came in and said, nope, absolutely not. Pretty much we'll hold you accountable if you continue to do this. his legal fees are covered by the PBA, which he did have to fight for to get the full coverage. He was on a limited plan, which a lot of officers don't know that. So he had a fight to get them to pay. I think it was maybe like $5 more pay to not only cover him, but the other officers in a certain period. So it wasn't just for him. And, so he was able to get that. Thank God, because the legal bills, now you're talking almost 3.5 years later, the legal, we would have been all bankrupt. Right. So, but it's the financial support, that, we're focusing on, because, I want him to focus on his mental health and focus on, living each day. And, it's hard because they just keep pulling these shenanigans. And that's why I am trying now to pivot a little bit to figure out, okay, we're doing these podcasts, we're getting some good exposure. But now I need some big guns, right? I need people to stand up and do the right thing, whether it's legislators or people that could talk some common sense into these people. If we have to go to trial and prove his innocence, I'm okay with that. Let's go to trial. Stop trying to push it off, right?
What jury is going to convict them?
We got to hope. You always got to pray that you get.
Oh yeah, these days, you're right.
But
I mean, it's cut and dry. I mean, it is. Keith knows it is. It's black and white, and it's.
Anybody in law enforcement knows he wouldn't have been allowed to go back to work if he was so reckless.
And not only going back to work, I mean, I was involved in one when I was with Richmond. It took almost 7 months for them to make a decision. He was cleared in 2 freaking weeks. Mm-hmm. That speaks volumes in police world, man. I mean, that's insane. I have honestly never heard of someone going back to work that fast after a fatal shooting. And that's like the first thing that really stuck out to me. And then he got promoted. Then he got Officer of the Year. Man.
Yeah.
So how much time again was it? And when the new indictment, because the new indictment came down in 2024, correct?
2023, May of 2023, he was indicted.
Okay, but the actual shooting happened when again?
2021. So it was 20 months. 20 months.
20 months where he was legally and all that, because I mean he was cleared like right.
He was back to work for almost 2 years.
He became a corporal, and he was
getting married and that's
right.
terrible.
And they know this is right. The process is the punishment. They know what they're doing, and but it's time now just to say, listen, this was indicted under old Attorney General. We can fix the rights can be wronged, right? I mean, it's not doing the right thing isn't always easy, but it's the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. So that's why if they're not going to do it or do it at this time, I need to take a different approach to this, because I'm fighting every day for him and my daughter-in-law and my grandbabies. So better. My son's a good.
You should be enjoying your grandbabies. They're not going through this stupid bullshit.
It's constantly on you wake up and it's a constant, like, what the heck moment. Like,
yeah, I can tell you're a fighter though. You're a fighter though, and you're not going to let him squeeze. You know he's innocent. I mean, it's clear as day.
So, if you're listening to this, the Eddie Gallagher's Pipe Hitters Foundation stepped in too, so you can always go to
the Pipe Hitter Foundation.
The Pipe Hitter Foundation with the Gallagher family, and they have a page where it's got all the links. But Chris, Barbara, the
happy birthday, my man.
He's the guy I talked to that has your number, and
perfect.
He said that he has a few contacts at the Innocence Project that he's going to reach out to. Chris has got some pretty good contacts, so Chris does have your number. So Chris is an amazing dude. 1,000%, he will look out and he'll get a hold of you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I've always been strong, and I have to do this to clear my son. But after yesterday, I'm a whole nother level. Like the Italian crazy has just come out, because I'm so furious that they think we're so stupid that we're just going to sit back. Well, I mean, my son can't do anything, which is why I'm speaking up. But I'm on the move. So call me up. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this. Whoever we need to. I know when I called you yesterday, Keith, I was like a lunatic on the phone.
It's understandable. I was praying that it would be good news, but I'm going to dig up this new Attorney General's address too. I think everybody needs to write a letter, or I'll just start a petition, or something needs to start happening, and then we're going to figure it out. But until we do figure it out,
yes,
the link, I'm going to put it up there again, man. Just do what you can to help these guys out.
It's already in the folks. It's in the description. It's also in the comments, and it's pinned in the comments as well.
Because a lot of people I talked to TJ about this when I was up there doing the Change Catalyst podcast too. But it's like everybody's like, oh, the thin blue line is very fragile these days. That's why I asked about his department. Like, are there people? Back in the day, they'd be having fundraisers once a month and coming by and doing all this stuff. And now a lot of times, like even with TJ's situation, he's like, Keith, after a couple of months, you just don't hear from people anymore.
So when he was indicted, he wasn't allowed anybody, his close buddies that were with him that were on his shift. Mm-hmm. That was one of the stipulations upon release when we got him released from jail the next day. Was he had to turn in his passport, he had to turn all his weapons in, and he was not allowed to have contact with the brothers in blue. We're like, what? He's been talking to them for 20 months. What do you think? They're all going to try, let's get our story straight?
Right.
The story was straight. Like, what do you think they're going to concoct? That the video, the audio, Salvatore's statement was spot on even before he got to watch his body cam footage. And the body cam footage mirrors exactly his statement. Who does that happen to in a situation where not only did you have to pull a weapon, but you just shot and killed a man? You're dealing with all that, but you're able to recount everything exactly the same. And you're not allowed to talk to your brothers in blue. I mean, he wasn't allowed to leave the state of New Jersey. My husband and I live in Philadelphia. He wasn't allowed to come to our house for 1.5 years and almost 2 years. And I finally said to the lawyer, like, listen, he needs the support of his brothers in blue. Listen, everybody has their lives. They have their family. Salvatore, they're not thinking of Salvatore every day. They're not thinking of his struggles every single day.
They don't care.
And I get that. Yeah. Some don't care. Some do.
But I thought you meant the lawyers, the police department.
He's got a close knit of people that that show up to court for him. His buddy Jeff comes to court every single time, calls him, checks in on him. And that's all it takes. You don't have to call him every day. Check in, take him to lunch.
Check in. That's it. Yeah.
It's because that's what happens. You start to disappear from the scene and people think out of sight, out of mind. He's got to get back out there again. And it's very hard because the only thing he could think of is they're going to take me from my wife and my children. And I'm not going to let that happen. I can't let that happen. Yeah. He's innocent and they're making him guilty and they've taken everything away from him. And this young family can't start their life and live because this, again, another 6 months. We could get to January and they could try to delay it again.
Yeah.
Like this, we need to stop this. I need help.
Another Thanksgiving to worry about it. Another Christmas to worry about it. This is going. Yeah. And I heard about
work out for your family. I just wrote some comments up from people.
I heard about this. I heard about this story. I don't know, a year and a half ago, maybe.
We're still here.
I had no clue. I was like, "There's no way." And then I saw you on the Change Cat, and I was like, I called TJ. I was like, "You gotta just hook us up, dude." Because
I appreciate that.
For Chris's birthday. Oh, good. I thought you were done. I wanted to say
when Eric does great at editing, when he's probably gonna chop this up and put it out a couple times and bits and stuff. Because a lot of people's their interest is a couple minute videos and stuff. But he's gonna put the body cam footage in it and all that good stuff too.
And then when you have clips, we can.
I'm gonna share what it is. I mean, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make the yacht and with the clips and stuff like that. And just because as well, when you do lives, they're great, and we have people here that are watching, and they're just being great. My point being though is like a live dies off, like they don't suggest them. So like I want to just make this into something though nice, like a nice little episode though, because it'll the more people that see, the better.
No, I mean, and that was always our goal, is to bring awareness, like I said, for our son. But we have to change the mindset and start treating our heroes like heroes, because nobody's coming for you. Who's coming for you, right? Who leaves the house every day? You hope you come home every night, right? When I go to work, but they wake up every day. They don't know if they're going to save a life, take a life, or give their life every day. And there's not many. There's a few jobs. There's the military, and people who have those high profile jobs. But you know, Oh, well, that they signed up for that. Yeah, you should be thanking them that they're leaving their family or may be killed and not come home to their children to protect you and your children. We have to change the mindset. So, we have to get Salvatore free and cleared, and then we have more work to do. So, and we'll get it done. I'm determined.
Well, you got us on your team now.
Thank you.
And no,
I've never met you or Sal. Like I said, I've always wanted to be a cop, and it's in my 20s. I take this personal. I really do. I take it as an attack on all of us.
Right.
And it pisses me off. It really does.
Yeah, well, it is.
I think it's not even an attack though, just on the cops. I think it's attack on excuse my language, common sense. Like it's political. It's just I think it's corruption. What was the reason to go backtrack to it? It was already
because
clear.
they can, right? Because they have that stipulation where they want to put it in front of the grand jury for transparency. But how transparent are you being if you're not showing the grand jury all the evidence and not telling them all the facts? And not telling them. I mean, I understand it's about what Salvatore knew at the time of the shooting. It's good that he didn't know that this man could be suicidal or things like that. That's a whole nother approach. But we don't point guns at police officers. If you point guns at police officers, you're going to elicit a response that you're not going to like. So we talk about, everything the cops do right or wrong and hold them accountable. When do we start holding people accountable who are doing these heinous acts, and they're the ones breaking the law, and then the cops show up to enforce the law, and then you're attacking them? We have lost our marbles. Mm-hmm. We've lost our mind. And I've written to like President Trump. I would love to get him. I know this is federal. He's federal and this is state and local, but I would love to get him. I've written Pam Bondi when she was in. I've written Alina Habba. I've written Senator. I've written everybody. I called people. I need help. Oh, well, he's indicted. We can't help you. Well, I didn't need you before he was indicted. I need you now.
So there's a part for some reason they had to go back on him to cost some type of whoever got elected in the office or whatever type of office. It's just that's where the corruption lies.
Well, there's actually other cases in New Jersey that are along Salvatore's lines where they were doing the same thing. And the judges, when they were both holding exculpatory evidence, and the judge is like, well, you didn't show us, this person you're saying this guy didn't have a gun, but now in his phone, there's this gun and he's doing all this. They lie to put the narrative out there that these officers are doing the wrong thing. And again, if they are, then they are. But there's cases that have been thrown out for prosecutorial misconduct, withholding exculpatory evidence. If you have such a good case, why do you have to lie? If you have such a good case, my son is so reckless, take us to trial. Why was he back on the street? Yep. If you look at the standard for recklessness in the state of New Jersey, it doesn't even match what he did. This is where we are.
Christopher rolled the bones, but I just want to say again, happy birthday to him. He wrote, Barbara, I'm sorry this is happening to your family. Keith, I got a few contacts at the Innocence Project we could reach out to. I'll start working on it. Yeah, and that's a man, know that, he doesn't just throw out the comment, his word is solid. Great guy.
I appreciate that.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Yeah, and I'm very thankful to the podcasters that have been giving us platforms and other ones that have helped us get in touch with the Pipe Hitter Foundation, because they've been amazing. Eddie Gallagher went through something similar himself, but like military. And, we have a lot of family that I've met through the Pipe Hitters, and they're all going through this, and our lives are on hold and over nonsense. And I'm not saying like somebody's life being lost is not nonsense. I'm talking about what's coming after the political prosecution of these cops.
Well, no, it's the nonsense too of how black and white though it is. It's just
right. There's no gray area there. I had a DA, and I said on TJ's website from Minnesota, from Minneapolis, but it's from Minnesota. who was involved in the Kim Porter situation over there, was an officer who used her thought she was using her taser, but wind up pulling out her weapon. Imran Ali, he wound up getting in contact with me, and he looked at this case. He said, what? Like, he was a prosecutor. He was the one that prosecuted. He said, your son shouldn't be here. I'm like, I know. Who's going to help me? Right. So we're trying to pull in all this help and all these different people, and we're going to get there. We are. So my family, we're very, Salvador, his wife, we're very, very thankful. We're very appreciative, but we have a lot of work to do. So we need to get going and get it done.
I appreciate you coming on here, Barbara.
Yeah, and also too, before that you go, I just want to put that link up and make sure that that's pinned up on the top of the chat.
Oh, for the Give, Send, Go.
Yeah, I mean, like the mental health aspect alone, and then going through that again, and then like, you know, not being able to work and all that stuff, like that's just, you know, that's just, you know, I mean, and the courts and that's a lot of time, and just please help people if you can. Keith, we'll throw something out of our little account in.
Yeah, and then if whatever updates you have, if you ever just want to come on here and throw some more, you're welcome here anytime you want to come on to get some stuff out. And please, I mean, don't hesitate to use my phone number again. Call me whenever, man. I mean, I will. I will do whatever I can to help you guys. And
thank you.
If that is renting a bus and bringing an army up to court date with a bunch of signs, we'll just do that too.
Yeah. August 19th, we go back to hear this.
And I just wanted real quick though, because I get this on there right. Boom. Please don't be the StreamYard link. Oh, there it is. Oh no, that's Keith's chat GBT. Don't hit that, folks. Sorry about that.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, that you sent me that link thing, and I'm trying to get the from the.
I'm not computer literate, Barbara. I put the wrong link up apparently.
Oh, here it is, right here. Though I got it right here.
Loomis is doing a great job, even though he was late. He's doing a great job over there.
Listen, I know, but I got to learn how to organize. I don't stop. Like I stop.
He doesn't, and he wasn't. He actually, he wasn't that late, so it was all right. But
it wasn't like me. By the way, I do want to say this because we just met Barbara. It wasn't like, oh, I don't have to be on time because I treat every individual. No, I'm just saying I sincere no, but I mean I do apologize. I mean that's your time.
Listen, I told Keith, you're doing this for me. I am very patient. If I have to wait, I have to wait. It's
the door's open for you anytime, and and if it's all right with you, I'm gonna like out of this make an episode that I'm gonna drop tomorrow, like an edited one.
Yeah, absolutely, sure.
Yeah, and then I'll make some shorts. Because like Keith said earlier, I think that we live in a world where their attention spans are like they want to see a short, boom, they get the message,
right,
and they see a link there, drive them in that way, So
yeah.
It'll be an honor to do that.
You can share it with, we have the Instagram that you can always attach to the Instagram. And the pipe hitters, they're great at pulling these little shorts and using them for clips. They repost them. So, thank you very much, everyone, for, having me on and letting me tell my story. I'm frustrated. So it's bedtime for me. I'm going.
Also, just one last thing, if Salvador wants to ever have if he needs to blow some steam off or whatever, please share my phone number with him.
I absolutely will share with him.
Yes. That's why I said in the beginning, like how is he, but
a lot of this,
it's rough. I'm not going to lie. It's rough. Yeah. It's rough.
Yeah.
A lot of when me and Eric Loomis started this, the Mind Over Madness was, he had a show and I was on his show and he asked me to do this because we both suffer from PTSD, addiction, all that stuff. So and I can relate to I can't relate to the indictment part, but a lot of what he's going through, I can relate to. So if he ever needs to talk,
absolutely.
Just share my phone number with him and
absolutely
I'll keep everything 100% confidential with whatever he says. So
I'm sure he's watching right now. So,
all right.
And he appreciates everyone that he's him and his wife, they're very thankful. And,
that's what we should do. That's what the old school, what your husband's a police. That's what the old school police stuff was, man. Somebody goes down or something happens, whether it's this or their house burned down. You rally around the family and you fucking lift them up together. And that's kind of been dying the past 10 years. And
Yeah, it has.
We got to get back to that shit, man. Whether you personally know them or not, you all put on a badge and a uniform and you all risk your life. You're all doing the same thing. And especially in this atmosphere, the way this country's going, we need to stick together at some point.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
if he needs something, you just tell him to hit me up, and
I will. I'll put you in a group chat so that you can reach out to each other.
Perfect. But thanks for coming on, Eric. You got
Thank
anything,
you.
Doug?
Yeah, no, it's just that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, Barbara. Like, all I'm gonna keep saying though is, it's just, to me, it's just so ridiculous, and I'm so sorry that you have to go through this, and I'm so sorry that Salvador has to go through this. But I think though that, like I always say, the cream rises to the top, and I don't think that he has to. Like, it's just a political, though, I think, though, type corruption thing. And I just, I'll definitely be praying for his, even though it's scary. Real quick, I just want to end with this. It's scary because you never know what could happen to you, even when you do the right thing. It's just the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah.
That's just the
It's a
truth.
perfect
Like,
night for
normally it's hard for me to back.
to
It's hard for me. I told Keith, well, if it's not, because I'm a fair man. And when I watched it, I'm like, what? Like, it was like, it's ridiculous. I hope it gets cleared up. What's her name? Davenport. We got to find her. Jen Davenport.
Yes.
All right. Well, everything that we could do, we're here for you. And Keith, you talk to her, you got her contact, we're here for you, Barbara.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on. Honestly.
Thank you for having me.
I really, really pray and hope that you, your husband, your son, and get through this. And
my daughter-in-law. Yeah. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Some days are better than others, but I have a team. I have an army behind me.
You're a fighter, though, too. I can tell, though, you're a fighter.
Oh, listen, I was a lunatic yesterday. Keith got me at a rare moment because I was just hot off the presses
you weren't that bad.
from court. But I am very calm and I try to speak and get the facts out there, facts over feelings. But man, if you're going to push that button, my husband will tell you, watch out. Watch out. My children will tell you too, watch out. You don't want to mess with her. In a good way.
Yeah. I just
feel free to.
Hope life though gets a little bit.
We're probably gonna hit a couple of these comments and stuff, but feel free to just take off whenever you feel like it. I know you're probably worn out. You had a show before this one too, so it's draining talking about this all the time.
No, sure. You guys continue. Yeah, it is very draining and emotional.
Well, Keith, I'm making this into so sorry for interrupting, but I just I'm going to make this into an edit thing overnight and then drop it tomorrow.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
Thanks again,
night,
guys.
Barbara.
I appreciate it. Have a good night,
Barbara. You rock. Keep fighting, and we're here for you.
I'm going to keep going. Thank you.
You got it. Take care now.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, dude.
She's great though too, man. I like her, man. She's got that she's a fighter though, and she's been doing this for this. Now, what did she say? 2020 was it May of 2024?
They indicted him 23, so she's been doing. Yeah, she's been.
That's right.
Over 3 years, man.
After being cleared though, could you imagine? I know you're gonna laugh at me. I'm sorry. Fuck off. Go to hell. But Keith. Today's my cheat day, and listen, if I don't do anything, I would never do this. But after I earn something, I'm like, I'm gonna rot more of my teeth out. But for real though, folks, please, anything you can, anything helps, because keep the mental health aspect though of just dropping though, just being in a situation like that. And I didn't mean to say that but I'm just being honest. If you're in a car. Someone puts a gun to your head and you drive. I'm running them over. I can't do that? No.
No, you can run them over 100%. Yeah, floor it, dude.
Yeah, because he had a gun though at the guy though that was going by first though.
It's crazy, man. All the comments were like, "Oh, he didn't point it at him," and as soon as he got out of the car, he started what do you want them to do, man? It's
they want you to respond back to him because they don't have a life. And all comments are fucking people throwing stones at glass fucking houses. That's all they are.
Oh, you roll up, your partner's yelling, he's got a gun. He pointed a gun at me. And then you pop out of the car and you see him with a gun by your side. I'm taking the shots too, man. Like,
no, man. I mean, I don't know. Even normal life, like if you're driving in front of me, someone has a gun in front of me, I don't know. I'm going to shoot him in the head. But I'm saying though, that was just because I told you, like I said, I know I said it 3 times when she was on, but I was like, Keith, like I didn't see the footage yet, so like I'm gonna trust and vouch, like meaning like like if someone vouches, it's basically like okay, you see it, like because because I'm always honest, but it's ridiculous, and then especially when you hear the 911 call, and then you hear his like usually like the family statements that come out are usually like he was a great man, like and I'm not saying he was a bad man. Listen, we both had our problems with addiction and all that in the past, but at that time, this man was absolutely going through some sort of psychosis, and he was fucking. I mean, he was walking around barefoot at nighttime, dude, with a gun, and put it to a cop's face, who drove off, and he gets out, and he says, you can hear it. He goes, put the gun down, and he's like, I'm right there. And what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Listen,
it's
read the comments. That's losers.
I mean, talking to Barbara yesterday, I really just felt for her, and I'm not going to give details because I don't know if I should, but even more of the details she was giving me yesterday, it's like, you've got to be kidding me, man. Like, it's crazy. It's just like the Richmond guy putting unarmed people down Shaka Bottom to shuttle people home at 3:30. It's just like these people live in a fucking fantasy world, man. Like, they've probably never been in like a bad area in their life, and they don't understand how quick violence can happen.
Well, it's not even that though, Keith. It's also the instinctual, like like boom, man, you're pulling up like this, like you're told over the radio. There's someone with a gun, like so, like you roll up, and you said, he knew because he didn't have a partner with them. He rolled in, and it was just him right there. But he handled it perfectly. Even the way how he set the car up, though, like how he had the door and all that, like he set it up perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
To shield himself and to just, but what are you gonna do? I mean, the fucking guy. Listen, I don't care. Especially But did you say some people were like, oh, because it looks like pellet guns look like. I'm not gonna.
It's just not that. It's like a lot of stuff is like, oh, these people watch fucking television, bro, and it's like, why didn't you just shoot the gun out of his hand? Why didn't you hit him in the leg? And it's like, dude, I've seen cops standing 7 yards away from a huge target and completely miss the paper. And you want somebody to shoot something out of a moving target that you think is going to kill you.
Listen, we definitely don't have to. Oh shit! What happened? Keith, what happened?
No, I don't know. You probably hit buttons again, bro.
That wasn't me. No, it wasn't me. But what I'm trying to say is, though, I'm going to get to some comments, though, here. And don't forget, folks, anything helps. The GoFundMe link is right there. Anything helps. And I want to thank Barbara again for coming on. And, man.
Yeah, I reached out to the Hodge twins. Hodge twins. If you see this.
Oh, yeah, those guys.
This is one you guys got to pick up, man. You got to pick this one up. It's important.
What do you mean, Hodge twin? Wait, which one? What are you talking about?
They're these twin. They're these.
I know who they are.
I mean, they do a lot of like. They do a lot of law enforcement videos where they kind of talk about it, and they're usually pro cop and talk about how stupid the left is. And they need to. This would be a good one for them, man, and it would help. It would help out Barbara. It would help out her son. It'll help out.
Yeah, but I'm just I always say with politics, I'm center.
But I mean, dude, look, you don't have Eddie Gallagher and Julian Dory, and you don't have all these different shows. She's just on.
Oh yeah, no,
she's just on a show on counterculture. You don't have all these shows. Having you on back to back to back, that's questionable, man. There's so many people that just see this and see it for what it is, and what it is complete freaking political bullshit from a freaking guy who got. Hold on, let me just read this again, dude.
Yeah, but like, listen, like with that, what's her last name again? Hold on, let me play this real quick so that people know. Look, and right here, ice water. Exactly. It's time for the current Attorney General to do the right thing and correct the wrong of Plackett. Time for the court to also do their job and stop dragging this case along. Well, they're dragging, like Keith, like you said before, to try to squeeze the, an appeal, not appeal,
They want to wear him out.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just ridiculous. But what did she say at the end here? Give us a second. It's right here.
New Attorney General that just came in January, and we have written her a letter and we asked her to look at this case because her and her husband, I believe, are former DEA officers or agents. She comes from a police family.
Yeah.
If she looks at this and she follows the law, that's in place.
Have you heard back yet?
Nothing yet. I don't even know.
What's her name? You know?
Jennifer Davenport.
Jennifer Davenport.
Yeah, I need to find that, Brad. Kate.
What's up, buddy? I'm reading about this Attorney General. He's such a turd.
It's crazy. So this man's just like working one day, or he's just home and boom, and they just out of nowhere, bam. They hit him.
Wow. This guy took over police. It says here, Patterson police takeover. A New Jersey appellate court ruled that Platkin exceeded his legal authority when taking control of Patterson Police Department in 2023. Impeachment efforts. Some New Jersey legislators introduced articles of impeachment against Platkin of, among other things, exceeding his authority in the Patterson and improperly targeting pro-life centers. He's obviously like a blue-haired. He lives in his mom's basement still. I guarantee it, dude. This guy was Attorney General, lived in his mom's basement, and she made him Hot Pockets every day. It's what happened.
Well, yeah, but listen, that's probably what got him elected in this fucking world. Carolyn, how are you doing? Thanks, sorry, excuse my language, ladies. Thanks for being here. Happy birthday, Chris from Veronica. Veronica, the freaking captain with the wrenches. Oh, she holds it down. Gina's out there. What's up, Gina? Thank you for being here. Matt's out there. Ice water. You made a great point. I know I read that before, but Keith, you could read that if you'd like. It's your show.
Oh shit, dude.
Ozzy Osbourne tribute. Love you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, folks, I sad to say, but tomorrow's the one you keep. Remember when 1 year ago tomorrow when my papa's still alive, but you called me up and you're like, you go, dude, I understand, man, if you don't want to do the show. And I think that our first ever live on this show was that. I think it was. Yeah. And that was that episode on this channel. And
then after that, it became the Keith Shibley show. So
well, yeah, now it's the Keith Shibley show. But I put this up the day before though he died, put up a video that he died because I was gonna do it after he retired. My point though is no, but I didn't just like the point that you made though, because it was therapy. Like that's what we do on this channel. Like I'm like, fuck, man, can I catch a break? My dog Ozzy just fucking died. The real Ozzy's fucking dead. My fucking dad's dying. You know what I mean? So fucking that's why I always you gotta just I don't know, jump in the fire. And then we jumped in and like, you made a great point too. You're like, listen, man, no one wants you to weep over. Oh, real quick, folks, on the first side note, because I'm making our own episode. Keith, this is for you. Keith was wondering about the Lebanese mafia, folks. Check it out.
I know that everybody has their own story, and everybody has their own reason. I gave up 3 fortunes. I mean fortunes. I don't mean a million.
No, I put the wrong one in there. Fuck. What's this? Straight out apparel.
You got to play the Lebanese thing.
I know, but I don't have. It's not. I can do one.
They said, yeah, he's one of those foreign things. I don't know what the fuck they are. What do you want me to do? That was a classic, dude.
No, dude, he goes, he's one of those. Yeah, did you hear me? I go, we're all foreign. Or when he goes, yeah, foreign things. He's one of those he's one of those foreign things. I just like, he's like, huh? He goes, Lebanese, what the fuck do I care? No, then he go, then his next sentence is, so when I saw Gotti, the waters, it's just the timing of everything, dude. And I even put a picture of John right up there,
Man, I'm sorry I couldn't be there. That was a really good interview, man. That's a history book interview, man.
No, even Gina said, like, oh my God, you were a fucking great host. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, I need someone next to me. I suck. I was just so happy to see my friend alive and well. And well,
if he ever wants to do it again, dude, I'd love to.
Well, yeah,
I love it how the Lebanese people are. No,
but when you asked that question, though, I was like, but he was going to bring someone up, and so you even said you out as your alarm clock. That's the funniest thing ever. It is.
Oh man.
Well, anyway, if you ever just pissed off, bro, just hit that. Save that clip.
Oh, I got it, dude. I want to make that like a ringtone.
I know. Richie. Oh, is that Richie? Yes, it is. Richie Veltre. My man. Who's what do you call it? Today is because we had Richie, I forgot to send you something. And Keith, did I send I'll talk to you after it. Actually, I can't.
Yeah, I did reach out to who we talked about for Richie today. So
oh no, I know that, but I did. But no, I didn't know that. But Richie, yeah, that I don't know. James, the officer Nick O'Malley makes a case in Boston, also an anti-cop political hit job. James will fucking hit you back. Then he'll throw something out. I'm like, yeah, and then in London at 1772, then when they came over to the thing, and then the fucking pedos came down from here. Then when the Jews came up and did that, but he's really like he connects it.
And I think, but
Jordy, you're right though. We do got to make another. When I saw that message, it's been nuts this month. We're finishing the doc, and it just go.
Great interview on Roll the Bones though.
Thanks for the knife, Rich.
Yeah. He had a good sit down with Chris.
Heavier ones to punch someone. What doesn't that sound like? Listen to that. That sound. I mean, yeah, it's been around for 3 years, but that's like if you're to punch someone, weight at this thing is like nothing. Comes out sharper, but the thud on this is going to hurt you more. But no, I'm just telling Richie, thank you. He gave me this when I was at his house. I wanted one of the stilettos.
Do you use that to open your big bags of Swedish fish?
Listen, can I just say something real funny about Richie? When I was in his office, in Rita's office, he has one of those Brooklyn, what the fuck are they called? With the metal in the middle, they're like rubber type, like for being people. But his beater bat was in the corner, and I was like, he's talking to me across the desk, and he goes, "Oh yeah, you looking at that bat?" And I was like, "No, I thought he had it by his door in case you want to hit." I mean, people do that. It was fucking one of Babe Ruth's, man. Damn. And I had the pictures and everything. So then and then it even had the fucking weight paper because Babe Ruth choked up. It even had the tape. It has the tape up all that whole nine. And then we looked online because he would always change bats every at bat. And it was like his 40th at bat. I forget what year, but it's carved in there. Legit Babe Ruth bat. Just laying in the fucking corner. And
doesn't everybody have those?
No, it's between 1.2 and 2 million. I'm not kidding. Look it up.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know if nobody knows. I'm not trying to be funny either, Keith. Real quick, let me get this out there, and I'll calm down. If you're eating normal ones like this, I don't know if you heard though. they finally fucking made spicy fucking gummies. And I know you're thinking like, what, Tabasco sauce on gummies? No, I was scared too. But if you go in with the mix of a Swedish Fish, the Skittle ones, I promise you, I'm not being funny. You'll be thanking me.
I'll try, buddy.
Ah,
I gotta find this real quick. Hold on a second.
right of it, red. Hell yeah, Loomis.
Here you go. Hold on, Eric. Hold on. Ready?
Call me
There
Eric.
was one guy. He was living. He was one of them foreign things. I don't know, but he used to hang around.
I said we're all foreign things, but go on.
Yeah, one of them foreign countries. What the fuck do I know? He's a
One in 4 countries. What the fuck do I know? That
No,
is
but he said Lebanese or something right after. I fucking died.
Oh man.
Zero fucks.
I do also want to say, I didn't know him, but a Virginia State trooper took his own life last night or early this morning. So that's still a big problem that in this job. So it's sad to see, man.
I didn't mean to put that up. That's the wrong time to put that comment from Chris up from us breaking balls. But like a cop like with active, retired.
Active, but I don't know much about it yet.
You know, man, like she just said before.
But they do shit like this to this officer, and they fucking wonder why fucking cops go nuts sometimes, man.
Well, don't you guys know, like, have a fucking pack? Like, I remember growing, like, but my uncle, fucking Tony, was a chief. Like, those guys, they had a fucking, like, a pack, and they had your back, and, like what is it like now?
It's not like that anymore, bro.
Like, the cops do, like, that cop land shit. With like New York and like they're like like they're running up the mob and stuff like that. They're like real deal, and but they also act like the mob. Like if you fuck with their livelihood, they'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, it's not like that anymore, man. Unfortunately,
Well, think about it, just common sense. If you fuck with their livelihood, they'll kill you.
Yeah.
So I mean that's a pretty good reason. But yeah, try out the Skittles spicy. But you mix them with a Swedish. Thank me. Chris got a question. Will you change the channel name to Mike? That's actually You know what, Chris? Can we go MOS mine over Shibley?
I think it's better if it's just the Shibley show.
All right. Me too.
Yeah.
I like that. Perfect. So what I'll do is you'll see. Watch the thumbnails I got. Chris is good at fucking naming names though too, but I mean that fuck. No Keith in there? Man. No Keith?
I don't know, man.
For those who don't know though, that Keith gets like real mad and like he wants all the attention and he wants to be famous, so we decided that we're gonna let the show be his name, right, Keith?
I mean, I am a very selfish person, bro. I don't try to help anybody or do anything. It's all about me.
Well, I'm just telling the history of how the Keith Shibley show came about.
Yeah. But
I can't.
Is what it is, dude.
Listen,
you got any updates, buddy, on your project or what?
Yeah, lots. And I sent you. No, I did. I think I sent you something today. But
you did, but I'm never going to tell people what you sent me because I don't know if I should. So
yeah, well, no, people don't. I know that you know some like whoa stuff, but I'm saying that everything's going fantastic. That's what I'm saying. Tomorrow we have a real big shoot in the Majestic at Pittston, and then we have a real big shoot on Main Street at Pittston tomorrow with like Pittston residents and Joe and Bobby Coons and the whole crew. It's just gonna be a great day again tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. Just hope you send me that date, dude.
Yep, get it tomorrow because today I wouldn't have been able to get it because the way we had it set up. I'll show you a picture. afterward. I can't put anything up now because there's all pictures of like Russ and all that stuff that nobody's seen, and I'm like all of them.
Hey, I just noticed something. You know how like when you're drunk or using, like you talk different?
Yeah.
You sound like that with a mouthful of Swedish fish.
Well, yeah. Well, what the fuck do you expect? I have Swedish fish in my mouth. Listen, I don't want people to see this episode in the future and see that, like, oh, I'll be in the cloud or we're being disrespectful because this episode is for Barbara. But we always do our Tuesday night live. So if anyone is watching the tail end of Barbara on, me and Keith are always on Tuesday, just shooting the shit with everyone, breaking balls. But now that it's the Keith show, I'm an idiot.
That's
Hey, Keith. Whoa, stop. I apologize. Hold on.
What the fuck are we doing?
1 sec. I don't know, man, why I can't get over to. Yeah, there he is, the Keith Shibley show.
Number one box.
I knew.
It's
I
like
knew he was right about you, Keith.
It's like in policing we have dark humor, man, and when you have a heavy show like that that you've got to decompress somehow, and me and Loomis just do it by being fucking stupid to each other. It's kind of how we just kind of take it down a little bit, man. But that does not negate the
no, everyone who's
negate anything that how we feel or back Barbara or the Oldrati family do. That's 100%. But
what I'm
saying, the stuff I got going on at work too, dude, and that's not even close to what he's going through. It goes on for a while, dude, and it takes its toll on you. So I can't imagine this stuff, man. But really, one of the only ways,
man, when you feel like you're being squeezed, though, and you're not being squeezed by like Johnny with a fucking Louisville or a gun or whatever that you could handle yourself. You're being squeezed by fucking like the mystery of like you don't know, like that's gonna fuck you, and you're not happy that you had to kill someone. You know what I mean? Even though he seems like he was conditioned pretty from a young age, like to be a cop, not someone that just, like you said, how they just look at it as a job. Like she said, to the cop family, that Billy, his father's a cop from Philly. So, I just think, and the way he handled it is he's the real deal. Like, he handled it professionally.
Yeah, 100%. But like when something like that happens, man, it's hard to kind of explain. But I guarantee he didn't even think about it. It was over before he even thought about it, because you have when that situation comes to you in a split second, it's fight, flight, or freeze, dude. And you go right back to your training. And his brain said threat, he said fight, and he did what he had to do because that's what he was trained to do. There was probably not too much thought in it, dude. It was threat to my life, bam. And
don't you think though he was also trying to help out the other officer though?
1,000%. Well, that goes all to it. That's what's in his head. Like he's all
partner. Yeah, that's what it's weird. Like because I just know how but you're the same way. Like if you're with someone, it's always like it's almost better in a way. Like because I don't care what anyone says. If someone's like coming at you with a gun or something like your car, you're gonna get a little fucking scared. Like figure whatever. But I had a point here. I don't know where that fucking came from, but I had a real good point. Go ahead, Keith.
Fight, flight, or freeze we were talking about.
Oh yeah. So fight. Sorry, fight. I forget. Fight. Say it again.
Fight, flight, or freeze. So fight, run, or freeze. Yeah.
Exactly. So you never know until that happens. But I'm just saying though that I know that feeling of like just like you kind of almost throw yourself out of the way. Not being like you won't protect yourself, but like if there's a partner involved, a friend or whatever, like you got him, like I'm sure like when you and Shay, like, if someone was like you would have dove in front of a fucking bullet for Shay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And, he's going up to the call. It's an armed guy breaking into a house. As soon as he gets there, his partner speeds up. He speeds up with him. and his partner starts yelling, he's got a gun, he's got a gun. He says, where? He looks up, sees a guy with a gun, and it all happened like this. And that's what people have a problem with, is how fast it happened. I'm like, what do you...
But do they not understand that he also don't put the gun to the cop's face before him?
They don't care.
They just want... They don't want... But listen, sorry, but there's a bunch of sheep that just... They want reactions, and now we're giving it to them. Fuck them.
But I can't imagine sitting on this for fucking like 3-4 years, dude.
Like, and not working, like not being able to go back to the job, and then, like, you know, your pension, your retirement, and like, yeah.
Well, and then, you know, it's like you wait 6, 8, 9 months, and it's like, finally, court date's here.
How many cops though would have handled it though? How many cops out there? Thank God it was him though. Meaning though, maybe right now he thinks, oh, I wish it wasn't me. I don't know where he's at though with God or himself and all that. That's his business. But the way how he just like handled that though, like thank God it was him though, because he handled that like a boss, like professionally, like boom, right up, boom. Even the way I put the door, and he said, drop the fucking gun. Like, you know, you don't want to shoot him, but the guy, I don't know, man. This shit's getting silly. And you know what it is, Kate? It just turns to the top, meaning politicians. That's where it's all corrupt. There, whoever gets in, whoever knows this, whoever's their donors to pay for their fucking campaign money and all that, they have to fucking go with what they're doing. You know, most of them are bought. So you know, you don't know who's out there who has a bone to pick with you or whatever. But like, why reopen that?
But yeah, exactly. But it's also, you know,
why?
People really don't understand how fast that shit happens. And I know there's some videos out there that people might have seen where, like, people didn't agree with the cops or hated the cops. The cops invited them to do simunitions. They're little blue guns, and they shoot, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, those things sting like a bitch, but you know it's not going to kill you. And every one of these, most of the ones I've seen, when the people go through that, they're like, holy crap, dude, that was intense. We had no idea that that's how, you know, you would, physically and psychologically react to these situations that are put in, man. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but he didn't do anything wrong. He's going to get off. Just like the stuff I went through with addiction and you and all that stuff, there's a reason. There is a reason that he's going through this, and he'll find out what that is one day, dude. So, you know what I mean? What? What are you off for?
No, it's Chris, but I can't get him to figure it out because he probably saw me. All right, Chris, don't laugh. Today I keep those. This was special today, though, but don't laugh. I don't know if you can see all them. You see that? And then ready, real quick, because I got the spices. They're the spices right there, and then I got another bag of Trills. So, and then I got, today's my day. You know what I mean? Only today. And Keith knows that. Keith, right?
You got to read this comment I'm putting up. I can't read it.
Well, you could talk. You know what I mean?
No, you got to read it.
Okay. I got to fucking read it. You can fucking talk. Those Trolls don't mix. You gotta get the right amount of Swedish though. That's what it's all about.
All right, you can read it. Go ahead, read the last comment for me, buddy.
All right, here we go. Let me get back to the comments. LOL. Well, she goes, what's happening? Wait, what time's that at? 9:37? Who knows what we were doing then? Donaldson, Gina. Donaldson, you fucking Gina. It has been the gold show. Wait, what's this? What's that say? Has she been on the Gold Shield show with Tom Smith? Kate.
I don't know. I'll look and see.
Loomis shops like me. What do they? Which kind? Like tattoo shop? What the fuck are you on? Oh, you mean like I shop like you? Oh, I know. You're sorry. I'm such a dick. Sorry, Grace. What a dick. Look at Matt. Hi, Eric. Hi, Matthew. I do the same shit. Loomis will be constipated from all of that. No, that's why you buy the spicy ones on top.
You got to read the comment above that one.
Hi, my name is Eric, and I am a Swedish fish addict. Yeah, but you know I'm not. I'm a fucking. You just say I'm a gummy addict because I mix. I don't just eat Swedish fish. As you can see, there's fucking rolls. I got the spices. You got to know how to do it though. Yous are all gonna run out and say, Loomis, maybe I'll try the spices, but no, because you didn't listen. If you don't have the Swedish with the spices, then you don't do it right. That's all. Go on, Keith.
That's it, man. That's all I got.
Whiskey Tango Detroit. What the fuck is that shirt say?
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. What the fuck?
I think it's a wussy. Wussy! Roll the bones, run it with red. Happy freaking birthday, my man. For real. For real, real. Chris, happy birthday, brother. And fucking enjoy it. Keith. She's dying.
But real quick before we close, for those of you that might be having something other than a Swedish fish addiction, dude, never in my wildest dreams did I think that I'd get fucking 8 years of this shit with nothing.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on.
So
today's Kate's 8th year on drugs and alcohol.
And yeah, man, life in the bonus round is good, my friend.
Well, it sucks sometimes, though. Like, let's be honest, though. But you know what, though? You're unstoppable, and you're never going to stop because once you get through that, nothing can beat you out here. Yeah. I'm telling you. I'm not saying like through now. Someone in AA be like, "Oh, he says he's through that." He's like, that's getting like ahead of yours. No, meaning no, like from having that and turning it into something passionate or whatever. It's very healthy, and life is a lot better than fucking. Remember Kate being afraid to fall asleep because we didn't know we had to. No, yeah. We're gonna wake up dope sick. So
I would have never thought I'd have a Keith Shibley show. Fucking 8 years ago.
No, I know. Thank you. I'm so happy though that what's his name told me that because I was unaware because I've been busy and stuff. But I was like, oh yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? I'm not even thinking that. So now look at that's right. The screens are all set. We're all good. Congratulations on 8 years, Keith.
Thank you, Silly.
For Veronica.
Nina, thank you. Gracie,
thank you. Congratulations on 8 years. You want to say thank you to the fucking girl, Keith?
I said Grace. I said thank you.
That's sorry. All right. Caroline, LOL Loomis, you are officially cut off from Swedish. Well, I know after this, so I got half of this left, though. But
that energy drink didn't even have the right top, dude. It didn't have the black top.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Shut the fuck up. Yes, it did. See? Well, what? This one? No, you're gonna say didn't either. I don't fuck around, Keith. I
can't find those, dude. I've still look every time I go. I look. I still can't find
those. I told you. He went into the store. I was in the car. He goes in the fucking store. He goes, I don't have it. I walk right in. Boom. It's right there.
No, you were.
He's a cop.
Stop.
Trying to look for evidence? You're terrible. I have every the VHS. I used to record the show. Remember the show, The Commish?
Oh, dude, I love that show.
That was my show. I was like, I was a little kid. Though, I guess I wanted to be like The Commish when I was really young. And my confirmation name, even Keith, I thought was Michael because of the actor Michael Chiklis. And now I'm like, what the fuck? But that's I was a big Commish guy.
My jam was NYPD Blue, dude. That was like.
Oh, well, I was with that. That was that had a more like authentic real. I like that. Remember New York Undercover? Way back in the day, all those shows. I used to watch The Commish too. I have every episode on. Not by their distribution, but remember your blank tapes. I have seasons 1 through 10, all cursive that my mother would put for me and my brother every episode, like on the VHS. Got them all.
Did you ever watch The Shield with like the corrupt cop?
Oh yeah. That was on FX. Yeah,
Oh,
that
Vic
was
Mackey.
great.
Yeah.
Listen, Dennis Leary's show though, Rescue Me was just so real, and the way they tie, like I don't know, one of my favorite shows of all time. Rescue Me, that's like after 9/11, and he's a firefighter, and the cast, it's fucking good, man. You'll get invested in
Never
that.
seen it. I'll have to check it out.
I'm watching the Westies. I look at like people are like, it's not Mickey Face. I go, listen, it's Mickey meaning like he comes out of the nut ward. They're not in the Javik Center yet, but John Gotti and this and that because they're big names. But people got to separate though. Meaning like if you're a true crime fan, like try to just like watch like a show like the Westies that's out now and just don't worry about if it's accurate or historic. They're not trying to be. It's just based on true events. Doesn't mean that this is a true story. It's just based on. So that's what I do. Just like that Harlem show. What's it called? Godfather of Harlem.
Yeah, Godfather. Yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah, like some of it's obviously far fetched. The Chin wasn't even doing that with Bumpy Johnson and all that, but it would still fucking enjoy it, watch it. All these like mob experts want to come out and be like, "Oh, I believe it's a movie." I just believe documentaries though should be true or whatever the fuck you want to do. But I don't know. We got the truth coming, motherfucker. You got a problem with that, Keith? Tomorrow's Ozzy Day, motherfuckers. Ozzy. Yep,
Are you guys having an Ozzy special tomorrow night?
Fucking right we are. Actually, well, today's the 1 year anniversary of the channel, but I'm not doing it tomorrow. I just figured to wait for them with Gina and Gracie and whoever. Hopefully, a lot of people come on for 1 year tomorrow. Ozzy's gone.
Did you like my Ozzy song on my 8-year post?
Yeah, it's perfect. And I was like, it fired me. I was already fired up for you, but with Ozzy behind it, it just made it better,
Yeah, man. But all right, brother, we'll get on it for about an hour and 40. So I'm got a 3 a.m. wake up. Yeah.
Oh my God, how long did we have her on? Because I'm just thinking in my head. Oh man, I have editing to do. Fuck. All right, yeah, I have editing to do, and when I'm and I have to actually get rid of it. Whatever. You don't need to hear I got to do this terabyte to that terabyte. Anyway, God bless. Look, Keith Shibley, Sean. I'm so sorry. I'm your co-host, Loomis, and take it away, boss. Take it away.
Yeah, thank you all again. One more time, I'm putting it up. The link one more time. Support these guys, man.
Right there it is. Keith Shibley from the Keith Shibley Show. You are watching. There is the link. Seriously, and don't forget, if anyone watches this on the tail end, this is us unwinding after, Keith. That's kind of like your choir practice without drinking. Like you hear intense shit like 100%. That. You get aggravated, then we just let loose. And I open up a couple bags of Swedish fish instead of bags of other shit I used to do. So it happens, But hey,
a little laughter before you go to bed, so you don't go to bed with a heavy head is.
Oh yeah, you get the smoke out of your head like the cobwebs. That just laughter's good. Sometimes too, after I take a nice little shower to get into bed, it's fucking nice. I take an ice shower. Ice.
But don't poop because that'll lead to a whole other conversation.
No, I don't do that. I don't do. Hold on.
All right, bud.
All right. Take care. Love it. There's the link. Good night, everyone. And there will be an episode actually released tomorrow, and then because the Ozzy one, that's tomorrow. Not me and Keith. Barbara's episode will be released tomorrow on video on here, but Richie's whole other part too, like I'm right there with those. So, and with Gerard, like we got real good ones coming up. And the one guy's telling me about my buddy Knock, I won't say his name. He's ready too, and you'll love him.
Awesome, dude.
Dude, fucking where on the worst of the worst. Like you totally get along with him. Trust me.
A good time, dude.
Veronica, I'm so happy you stopped by and came, and you're the best. Don't be Johnson's. Matt, thank you for being here. Love you guys. Chris, can we give him I think I left my freak. I was ready to go up on the keyboard. I was going to play happy birthday and have you sing to him, but give him a happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, Keith, your show, take him out.
Peace. I got to come up with a good
Good.
outro
Just
for
your fucking show, man. Just say goodbye to everyone.
Good night. Thanks, guys, for all for coming.
You
Don't
guys, you
forget
gotta
to
stop
check
looking
out
at the phone.
the link. You can also find them on the Pipe Hitter Foundation with the Gallagher family. They're doing a lot of awesome shit for a lot of awesome people. So another good episode was on the Change Catalyst podcast that she did, but ours will be better. Sorry, TJ. But yeah, man, good night. Y'all have a good night. See you next week.
And even in this video, Keith, I even threw the Change Catalyst podcast. So good night, everyone. Love yous. And I'll see you on Aussie Day tomorrow.
New Attorney General that just came in January, and we have written her a letter, and we asked her to look at this case because her and her husband, I believe, are former DEA officers or agents. She comes from a police family.
Yeah.
If she looks at this and she follows the law that's in place.
Have you heard back yet?
Nothing yet. I don't even know.
What's her name? You know?
Jennifer Davenport.
Jennifer Davenport.